We are going to go and do Tali's loyalty mission. So we've just gotten at the end of the last episode, and because I like Tali, we're going to do that first. The Migrant Fleet's Admiralty Board has charged Tali with treason. She must travel to the Floatilla to answer these charges. We don't know what the charges are. We don't know why she's been tried with treason, or what exactly she's been accused of. We're going to find out now. Let's do it. A fleet of 50,000 craft holding over 17 million quarians. The Migrant Fleet is the largest array of spacefaring vessels in the known galaxy. And this will be the first time we've ever been on a flotilla, on the flotilla, or on a quarian ship. I imagine it's going to be dead sterile because of their immune disorders. Otherwise they simply wouldn't be able to survive. Tell you what, I think we'll take Garrus with us. 2 points. I'm actually going to put it in concussive shot. Tali. Right, well, let's max this out. See what we can get. Engineer. The only thing different is power duration or weapon damage. I'm probably going to go with weapon damage, actually. We'll go for the mechanic. Combat drone. We might as well max this out as well. Attack drone. Or explosive. It's rigged to explode when destroyed. Pulsing energy that inflicts high damage on all nearby enemies. Upgraded the combat drone so its electric shock damages target health, armor and biotic barriers. Drone damage 40 points. But how much damage does it do normally? Tell you what, we'll go for the explosive. We'll hit some area of effect damage. AI hacking. Temporarily hacks a synthetic enemy. I'm not really interested in that. I'd rather save some points so we can upgrade this power when we get it. Energy drain. Within a small area of effect, you can divert power from an opponent's shields or from synthetic enemies to restore user shields. That could be good for her survival, so let's do that. Garrus, 4 points. What do we want? Overload, definitely. Heavy or area? That's 200 points versus 160, but that's got a 3 meter radius instead of a 1.2. Your pulse now damages synthetic enemies so brutally that they explode on death. Increase your pulse's strength to cover a wide area, making it easy to hit multiple targets. Ooh. Heavy. Well, do you know what it is? I'm not... If I was to target that so brutally that they explode on death, I imagine I have to hit synthetic enemies when they've got the health bar. I'm actually going to go for area. I think it might be more beneficial. Extra 40 points of damage. It is a big damage boost. What we'll go for? What we're going to go for? Go for area. Fuck it, I've made a choice. Might come in handy. Let's go. Tali, weapons, I'm happy with those. Garrus, I'm happy with yours. Mine. Actually, I am going to change my shotgun. I didn't like this when I used it. We'll try that out. Let's go. Yeah, the reason why I went with area, I mean, an extra 40 points of damage is handy.
This is Talizora Vasnima Naraya, requesting permission to dock with the Raya.
Our system has your ship flagged as Cerberus. Verify.
After time adrift among open stars, along tides of light and through shoals of dust, I will return to where I began.
Permission granted. Welcome home, Talizora.
We'd like a security and quarantine team to meet us. Our ship is not clean.
Understood. Approach exterior docking cradle 17.
Yeah, but it could help with like the hordes of enemies taking their shields off. Whereas if we're fighting something big, an extra 40 points of damage isn't going to make much difference because you can only fire it once before you cool down. You tear through that shield with weapons.
Captain Shepard, Tali Zora told me a lot about you. I wish we could be meeting under more pleasant circumstances.
I owe Tali a great deal.
Tali helped the Normandy's crew out of many difficult situations. I'm here to return the favor.
I understand. As the commander of the vessel she serves on, your voice carries weight. I wish I could do more to help Tali. The trial requires that I be officially neutral, but I'm here if you need to talk. They're charging you with bringing active Geth into the fleet as part of a secret project.
That's insane. I never brought active Geth aboard. I only sent parts and pieces.
What the hell? I'm not going to accuse her. That's not going to help us. What do we do now?
Let's deal with that later, Tali. What's our next step, Captain?
Technically, I'm under orders to place Tali Zora under arrest pending the hearing. So, Tali, you're confined to this ship until this trial is over.
Thank you, Captain.
Preparations got underway as soon as you arrived. The hearing's being held in the Garden Plaza. Good luck.
Sure. Right.
I can't believe they're charging Tali Zora with such a thing. They shouldn't let that human speak for Tali Zora. It's not right.
What a bitch.
Loyalty to the fleet is about more than just killing Geth. Tali Zora is guilty.
Tali Zora's guilty. Mate, you're a mug. If I could, I'd spark you out.
Tali Zora vas Normandy. I am glad you came. I could delay them only so long.
Oh, she's got a friend.
Ron. Shepard vas Normandy, this is Admiral Shalaran vas Tonbe. She's a friend of my father's. Wait, Ron, you called me vas Normandy.
I'm afraid I did, Tali. The Admiralty Board moved to have you tried under that name, given your departure from the Nima.
Look. They've done that on purpose. They're going to try and push whatever result they want from this by making her seem like an outsider, by giving her an outsider's name. That's a common tactic to make you distance yourself from someone that you don't want to give any benefit of the doubt to. That is dirty tactics. Why does the name matter? We know why.
I take it being associated with the human ship is a bad sign.
They stripped me of my ship name. That's as good as declaring me exiled already.
It's not over yet, Tali. You have friends who still know you as Tali Zora vas Nima. Whatever we must call you legally.
Are you part of the trial?
You're an admiral. Does that mean you're one of the judges?
I'm afraid not. My history with Tali and her father forced me to recuse myself.
I imagine father had to do the same.
You'll see inside, Tali. For my part, I moderate and ensure that the rules of protocol are followed, but I have no vote in the judgment.
Shit. Let's go in.
I guess we should get started. Does Tali have a defense counselor? Someone who speaks for her side?
Indeed she does, Captain Shepard. She is part of your crew now, recognized by Quarian law. And remember, an accused is always represented by his or her ship's captain.
Really?
So, you would actually speak for my defense?
Are you sure that's a good thing?
Tali, I'm not a lawyer. Hell, everyone thinks I'm part of Cerberus. Do you really think I can help you?
They're trying to turn the crowd against me. That's why they changed my status to Vas Normandy. This whole trial is a farce.
You underestimate us, Tali. Do not forget that you have friends as well as enemies. I delayed their attempt to try you in absentia. I convinced them to allow a human into our midst. You still have a chance. Present the truth as best you can. It will have to be enough. Now come. I promised that I would not delay you.
I don't see the Quarians as having too much crime amongst themselves. because of how like close they are. So doing this to one of their own it's quite shocking.
This conclave is brought to order. Blessed are the ancestors who kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this season. Kill us alive. The accused Tali Vas Normandy has come with her captain to defend herself against a charge of treason.
Objection! A human has no business at a hearing involving such sensitive military matters.
Then you should not have declared Tali crew of the Normandy, Admiral Chorus. By right as Tali's captain, Shepard must stay.
It was him who declared it. This bastard
Objection
here.
withdrawn.
Chorus.
Shepard Vas Normandy, your crew member Tali Zora stands accused of treason. Will you speak for her?
Look at her record.
I shouldn't have to. When Tali helped me stop Saren and his Geth army, her actions spoke for themselves. Without her help, none of you would be alive to put her on trial today.
Well said, Shepard. None of us should forget Tali's contributions to the fleet.
Tali, you're accused of bringing active guests to the migrant fleet. What say you?
She's innocent.
Tali would never endanger the migrant fleet. She pleads not guilty.
I left parts and technology for teams to pick up. My father ordered me to do so, but I would never send active Geth to the fleet. Everything I sent was disabled and harmless.
Then explain how Geth seized the lab ship where your father was working.
Shit.
What are you talking about? What happened?
As far as we can tell, Tali, the Geth have killed everyone on the Alarai. Your father included.
What? Oh, Keela.
Fucking hell, you've got a lot of nerve. Springing this like during a trial. That's shocking.
I thought Quarians valued family. How do you justify springing this on
Exactly.
Tali in the middle of a damn trial?
Our apologies. Tali should have been informed.
Shepard, we have to take back the Alarai.
The safest course would be to simply destroy the ship. But if you are looking for an honorable death instead of exile...
I'm looking for my father, you Boshtet!
You intend to retake the Alarai from the Geth? This proposal is extremely dangerous.
If it proves her loyalty.
You think Tali's helping the Geth? Maybe killing a few dozen will prove her loyalty.
We do not accuse Tali of aiding the Geth cause. We accuse her of carelessness that endangered the fleet.
Then it is decided. You will attempt to retake the Alarai.
Not attempt, we will.
You are hereby given leave to depart the Raya. A shuttle will be waiting at the secondary docking hangar. Be safe, Tali. This hearing will resume upon your return, or upon determination that you have been killed in action.
Tali, these people are a bunch of Bosh-tets. You Bosh-tet. I like it. Yeah, that, what was the captain called? Chorus. He's a scumbag.
Thank you for agreeing to take back the Alarai, Shepard. The Admiral sounds sure that my father is already dead, but... I don't know. We won't know anything until we get there.
Are you alright?
How are you holding up? They just threw a lot of fire at you, even before telling you about your father.
I knew this would be bad, but I guess you're never really prepared to be charged with treason. And my father, I don't know. He could still be alive. They don't know for certain that he's dead. I just don't know, Shepard, and I need to find out.
Is there anyone here you want to talk to before we go?
We can talk with the Admirals. It might help us to see what their viewpoints are. But I doubt we'll change anyone's mind by talking to them privately.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go, exactly.
Right. The sooner we get to the Alarai, the sooner we'll know what happened.
Shepard, the secondary docking hangar is through the conclave chamber where you are now. The shuttle they have provided is unarmed.
Understood.
Whatever Geth are on the Alarai have likely built more of themselves. Expect heavy resistance.
Right, yeah. I'm sure me and Shep are definitely more in sync the more I play it. Like I said, I've mentioned before, we are seeing some of the things like identically. It's mind blowing. It's almost as if I'm hooked up to the Matrix.
You set me up, Shala. You told Captain Donna not to say anything? I don't hear that my father may be dead until I'm in the trial? Why?
The admirals needed to hear the shock in your voice, Tali. Otherwise, they might not have let you try to retake the Alarai.
Really, that's risky.
That is your best chance at recovering evidence that can exonerate you. I am sorry. We cannot afford sensitivity, Tali.
Will it help?
At least someone here is looking out for Tali. Will retaking the Alarai really help her case?
Tali showing a desire to correct mistakes she may have made will make up for a lot of lost ground. But more importantly, you may find evidence of what happened. With luck, it will exonerate Tali from any wrongdoing.
I'm supposed to care about that now? All I want to do is find Father.
You should get to the Alarai soon. Is there anything else I can tell you?
The relationship with Rael Zora.
How long have you known Tali's family?
Since before Rael was an admiral. 25 or 30 years, I'd guess. I was there when Tali was born. Her mother and I had synced up our suits so we could be in the same open-air room. I was sick for a week, but it was worth it. I was the one who took Tali from her mother and put her in the bubble. She cried so hard.
I'm not hearing much about Rael's involvement in Tali's life.
It's difficult to explain. I shouldn't.
It's all right, Hanshala. No secrets between shipmates. I think I told Shepard about my father.
If you say so. Rael was committed to the Quarian cause. That didn't leave him a lot of time for his family. He wanted to give Tali and her mother the home world, or a strong fleet at least. That was how he showed his love.
I don't understand. You put your children in bubbles?
Environmental units. It's a step between relying on the mother's immune system through nursing and getting a suit of one's own.
The bubbles let parents take their children out of the clean rooms safely. We don't wear suits until adolescence.
There's a celebration when a child gets her first suit. It's a coming of age.
I suppose it makes sense because children grow up so fast. You couldn't make enough suits. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be sensible to do so.
What kind of evidence will carry weight with the admirals?
Tali, you admitted to sending Geth parts to your father for his project.
Yes, but never anything that could have come back online on its own. I took every possible precaution.
Then find records of your shipment and experiments. Something that proves you were careful. Something that proves that this is all just a terrible accident that nobody could have foreseen.
There seem to be some other arguments going on among the admirals.
You caught that. Yes, the Geth's presence makes this a touchy issue. The Admiralty Board is trying to determine whether to focus on colonial development or attempt to retake the home world.
You're thinking of war? With the Geth?
I am not, Tali, but others are.
It's not a good idea, that.
I know the migrant fleet is formidable, but even you can't take on the Geth.
We grow tired of wandering the stars, Shepard. We want our world back. We have paid enough for our mistake. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm telling you which way the wind is blowing.
What can you tell us about the Alarai?
Not much, I'm afraid. Rael Zora only said that he was researching new defense technology.
He told me only that he needed any Geth parts or pieces I found. I assumed he was testing weapons on Geth components.
We knew nothing until the Alarai sent a distress signal, then went dead. We didn't even know about the Geth until a boarding team was attacked.
Yeah, we don't have any idea at all.
You're saying there's no data about the inside of the ship?
That's exactly what I am saying. The Marines who survived and escaped saw bodies in the halls. We must assume the worst.
No, we don't.
Question is, how many Geth are on this bloody ship? Like, I know, like, Tali's been sending, like, salvaged parts, but fucking hell. How many Geth does it take out down a whole ship?
We should move on.
Good luck on the Alarai.
If Tali Zora is stuck...
Geralt.
Tali. I'm glad Admiral Rahn got you leave to hit the Alarai. Hopefully you'll find something that clears your name.
I'm more concerned with finding my father, Admiral.
I wish you luck. Blow up some Geth on the way. And your Captain Shepard? Admiral Hangarel Vasnima. To be honest, I was afraid a human would be too meek and humble. Watching you rail away at Admiral Corris, though, Tali's in good hands.
So you're on Tali's side.
I get the sense you're inclined to believe the defense. I'm glad one of the judges is.
If you were only giving Rail inactive equipment for weapons tests, I've got no problem. We need to test weapons against Geth material. I know you and your father. You put too much of yourselves into this fleet to do anything to jeopardize our safety. And you're both smart enough not to make mistakes like the ones they're saying you made.
It sounds like we're dealing with more politics than just Tali bringing back equipment.
You noticed that, did you? Tali's father wasn't just running weapons tests on the Geth for fun. He was looking for something to give us an edge when we attacked the Geth in full-scale war.
I know Father wanted to retake the homeworld someday, but are we that close?
I don't know, kid. We almost had the votes. We just need to give people hope for victory.
I hope the Quarian people find some place to live, Admiral, but it sounds like you're playing with fire.
You're gonna get the whole fleet killed.
Comfortable now, Shepard. We've got the largest fleet in the galaxy and we just ride around doing nothing.
We might need that fleet to help fight the Reapers, Admiral.
Then we need a world to shelter our non-combatants while we do it.
I see what they're saying, right? But you're gonna, if you try and invade, you're gonna get your whole fleet wiped out. Like it's. I see what they're saying. It is nice to have a place called home, but I don't know. Don't know if it's the best idea.
You and Tali's father go back a long ways?
We served together on the gunship Yaska during a bad Batarian raid. We were kids, serving pre-pilgrimage as trainees. A crew of 10, and 6 were dead. Kinetic barriers were down. Rail and I were alone on the bridge and the Batarians had drawn off a tramp freighter.
So what happened then?
Did you save the freighter?
Our ship was under orders to hold position, but Rail looked at me and said, "We're underage. They can't charge us for breaking formation." He took the helm, I took weapons, and we brought that freighter back. The crew called us heroes.
What a
Boss
legend.
called us idiots. They slapped medals on our suits, then kicked us off to pilgrimage a bit earlier than usual. That's Rail for you.
Can you tell me about the other admirals? Anything that might help me change their minds about Tali?
The one you didn't recognize, Tali, is Admiral Zen. She's on the fence. She takes fleet safety very seriously. On the other hand, she's always been in favor of studying the Geth. I hope she sees the benefits of Rail's research.
Good.
Admiral Corris is the same whining suit wetter he always was.
Yeah, tell me more about Corris, because he seems like a twat.
You disagree with Admiral Corris's policies, I'm guessing. Or is it personal?
The man is a damn Geth apologist. Thinks we were wrong to try to destroy them centuries ago. He wants us to search for new colony possibilities instead of taking back the home world. Any research on the Geth makes him angry. You don't have much of a chance with him, I'm afraid.
So he might seem like a twat, but he's not an idiot. What he said there, I kind of agree with.
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Nothing good. We sent some of our best Marines into that hellhole. Damn few made it back. Whatever Rail was doing, it blew up in his face. The ship is crawling with Geth. Don't go in expecting survivors.
Admiral, my father, your friend, is on that ship.
I know that, Tali, but if Shala hadn't suggested you might volunteer, we'd already have destroyed the Alarai. That's where we stand.
Bosh.
Thanks for the information.
Hang in there, kid.
Thank you, Admiral.
So he does seem alright.
Even during the hearing, Tali's first thought is to protect the fleet.
This is Corris. Let's see what he's going to say.
Judging by your ability to play to a crowd, human, I have done Tali a favor by stripping Vas Nima from her name.
It was
Commander
you.
Shepard, this is Admiral Zalcoris Vas Quib. Do not ask about the name.
I take no pleasure in this, Tali, truly. But you have gravely endangered and dishonored our fleet.
Yeah, you do seem to have a dislike for Tali.
What exactly is your problem with my crew member, Admiral?
I respect Tali immensely. Her actions against Saren are to be lauded. But like her father, she wants nothing but the destruction of the Geth. The people we created. The people we wronged.
The Geth drove us from our homeworld.
Of course they did. We tried to kill them.
There's nothing worse than a fucking apologist, is there? Hey, mate. Fair enough, you tried to kill them, it's a long time ago, like. But try and, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Try and, like, suck up to them, like, oh, we owe the Geth. You don't owe them anything.
You have a ship named Quib?
Oh, here we go.
Our people have, during difficult periods, purchased pre-owned vessels from other cultures. And have, on occasion, had difficulty altering the ship's registry information. The citizens of these foreign-named ships have borne the stigma of these names with grace and honor.
So leave.
If it bothers you, maybe you should find another ship.
I've occasionally entertained the idea of requesting a transfer. Something with a nice, respectable name, like the Defrons or the Ictomy. But I am proud of the Quib, and I will not flee because of petty insults.
You and the other admirals appear to have some disagreements beyond Tali's trial.
You are correct. Tali, I apologize for it being brought into your proceedings. The other admirals are pushing for war. Rael'Zora was researching new weapons to use against the Geth. They would see our fleet destroyed in the skies over our homeworld, rather than find a new colony and adapt.
I see where he's coming from. But still, researching weapons is still a good thing for defense.
Can the Quarians coexist with the Geth after all your history?
I don't know. We all deserve to find out. They are our children, Shepard.
They're not.
We have all done horrible things to each other, but it has to end. For both groups. That is why I cannot sanction whatever experiments you helped enable, Talizora. I believe this message needs to be sent.
I understand, Admiral. I do not agree with you, but I understand.
Thing is, like, I kind of agree what this guy's, but he's doing it the wrong way. He's misguided in what he's doing. You can do both.
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Only that you should have let us destroy it. When we find the evidence of what Tali and her father did there, any hope of convincing the other admirals will die.
I did not bring active Geth to the Alarai, Admiral. I know how dangerous that would be. I only brought pieces.
The captured ship with its crew slaughtered by living beings in pain belies your argument.
We should move on.
Goodbye, Talizora. Be well.
Yeah, because there's...
I'm surprised to hear you say that.
I don't hate you, Tali. I just think your father's plans for war were wrong.
But I don't know if this guy realises it. But if they go back to their homeworld and the Geth aren't playing happy families, then you're going to need all of this weaponry and technology to take them out. You're going to have a war in your hands either way. Right, last place to check over here and we'll get going. Oh, look who it is!
Can work it out, I'll admit that much.
Guy from the start of the game, Vitor.
Shepard? How did you get onto the Raya?
Shepard is here to help me with my trial.
Oh yes, I heard about that. I hope you didn't really do what they said you did.
No, Vitor. I would never endanger the fleet.
Oh, well, good. So, can I help you with anything? I mean, probably not, but you helped me.
Yeah, do you have more information?
Do you remember anything else about the Collectors? Anything at all?
Nothing new. I'm sorry. Every time I go back to that place in my mind, I
Vitor, come back. It's okay.
want to help, but I can't. I didn't see anything, and what I remember...
Don't worry, Vitor. We're going to find the things that did this, and we're going to kill them.
Good. Thank you.
Is it possible for you to speak for Tali?
Tali could use some friends right now. Would you be willing to tell the Admirals how she helped you?
No, I mean, yes, but I already did. They came to see me. I didn't want to talk in a crowd.
Vitor is doing well, but he isn't ready for a public speech just yet.
I talked to them. So did that soldier, Cal Rieger. We both told them about how you helped us. I hope it helped.
I'm sure it did, Vitor. Thank you.
Well, I hope you're doing better, mate.
Take care of yourself, Vitor. Not many could have gone through what you did and come out sane.
I know. I didn't. But thank you, Commander. It's only because of your help that I've come this far.
Poor kid. He does seem a bit lost, but he is quite intelligent. Admiral Zen. Carl Rieger. This is the guy who had to survive the Geth attack.
Carl Rieger.
Shepard, Tali Zora. Good to see you both. Wish you were under better circumstances.
What did they get from our readings?
Damnedest things, just like they said. No way the sun on Haystrom should have been acting that way.
So that dark energy theory is right. That's troubling.
Can't really comment on that, ma'am. I just shoot things.
Fair enough. Yeah, how's it going?
How have you been, Rieger? You took kind of a beating on Haystrom.
Physical damage wasn't bad. I was down for about a week with infection, though. Figure I got off easy. I don't have to face those admirals.
With your immune systems, it couldn't be easy for Quarians to fight a war. You'd lose more people to infection than injury.
We can't afford a frontline attack, that's for sure. Have to fight smart. Ideally from orbit.
We do have stockpiles of antibiotics. It's not as though everyone would die from a single shot.
No, Shepard's right. You've only seen our strike ops, Tali. Don't have all the fancy equipment in a frontline fight. Supplies get strained. Things get ugly, fast.
Tell me about the dark energy, because this is crucial to the Reapers.
You said that your mission had something to do with dark energy.
Right. Remember the damn sun on Haystrom? Shorted out everything. Way too much radiation? The sun's getting old. Only it's not. Dark energy. It's reducing the mass of the star's interior. Techs are worried.
Did the Geth do it?
Do you think the Geth are responsible for what's happening to Haystrom's son?
Keela, I hope not. If they can screw up a star, our chances in war are even worse than I thought.
I don't think this is the Geth. It would take massive time and resources to affect a star like this deliberately. It's too inefficient to be a weapon, and even the Geth wouldn't destroy a useful star system. Besides, they didn't show up until we did.
Yeah, hope you're right, man. Synthetic bastards are bad enough as it is.
What does that dark energy buildup mean? Is it something we should worry about?
Sorry, Shepard, I don't know what it means. Just that it has the scientists worried.
Hopefully it's isolated, some rare phenomenon. If dark energy can destabilize solar material. Probably not something to worry about now. But resources in this galaxy are scarce enough without stars suddenly going dead.
Some days I think flying around in the fleet without a planet of our own is the right idea.
What are you doing aboard the Raya? It sounds like you gave your report to the Admiralty already.
Well, I stayed to argue the charges against Tali Zora. I've
Good.
served with her, and she deserves better than what she's getting.
Thanks, Carl.
Just stating facts, ma'am.
Have you had any luck talking to the Admiralty board?
Admiral Ron asked my opinion about the Geth since I'd fought on Haystrom. She and Admiral Garrel are hoping you'll kill a bunch of Geth to get the crowd on your side, then find evidence to clear your name. They were hesitant, but, well, you didn't have many other options, ma'am. I recommended getting you onto the Alarai. I hope you can handle it.
You did the right thing. Thank you.
You did do the right thing. Cheers.
We should get going.
Good luck on the Alarai. Stay safe out there.
One more person I can see to speak to, and this is Admiral Zen.
Tali Zora, given the circumstances, are you certain that speaking to me is appropriate?
I'm looking for information about the Alarai. I don't intend to bribe you in the middle of the plaza, Admiral.
Pleasure to meet you, Commander Shepard. We owe you a debt of gratitude for your actions against the Geth.
Tali was with me. Saren and the Geth would have destroyed us all without her help.
Your political machinations are transparent, Commander. They are also unnecessary. If you and your father were actually experimenting on active Geth subjects, then you are simply idiots. No reason to waste resources on a trial. If not, then this was a tragic accident in the pursuit of a higher cause. Again, no trial is needed to determine that.
Straight to the point.
If you're not interested in this trial, why not recuse yourself?
And let that aging warship Hangerel and the cowardly Zalcorus be the ones to chart this course? I think not. The broader purpose underlying the trial is too important. Tali Zora is only peripherally related. No offense intended.
And what is the true purpose of this trial, Admiral?
To determine whether Quarians should fear their past mistakes or reclaim their glory using our natural affinity for artificial intelligence.
Listen to this woman's voice. Is that Morrigan's voice from Dragon Age? I think she's called Morrigan, the witch.
So the only reason you care about this is because Rael might have learned something valuable from the Geth?
Indeed. If he has, then even in this accident we may find something worthwhile.
You want to create new AIs?
No, Tali Zora. I wish to return the Geth to the control of their rightful masters, the Quarian race.
You're insane.
She is a bit crackers. That's never gonna happen.
It sounds like your ideas about synthetics are in the minority.
Yes, at least on the Admiralty board, Hangerel sees an enemy that must be crushed. Zalcorus would run away and hide on some new colony world. Shalaran is still undecided. I had thought Rael to be firmly in Han's camp, but if his experiments were on active Geth, perhaps we have ideas in common.
You support experiments on living creatures?
Rael should have felt no more guilt experimenting on Geth than I did while performing surgery on a childhood toy.
The fact that you performed surgery on your childhood toys explains a great deal, Admiral.
A ship travels faster than I can. With the right programming, it can choose locations, even defend itself when attacked, but it is just a machine. It was built for the sole purpose of serving its master, and it can be dismantled whenever its master desires.
If we don't find Rael alive on the Alarai, what do you think will happen?
The power balance will be disrupted. Han loses a vote for his foolish and self-destructive war. That would favor peace then, as Shalaran is too careful to risk her own neck. But if the Admiral replacing Rael agrees with me, things could become very exciting.
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Little. We detected several communication signatures before the Geth jammed the comm systems. Given the likely networked intelligence requirements for taking over a ship, expect between 10 and 50 units.
50?
Then this can't have anything to do with me. I only sent parts and pieces, and certainly not enough to make that many Geth.
Exactly.
Thank you for the information.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Just as we thought, there's no way Tali was involved in this. 50 Geth on a ship. How do you even accumulate that many? Impossible. Come on then. Let's get out of here. There's something else going on, but I don't know what yet.
Tali Zora and her father are out of control. This is on their heads.
I didn't expect a human to be set.
My father dead? Or trapped on the Alarai? My name stripped? How could you not tell me this, Captain?
I'm sorry, Tali. I was under orders from Admiral Ran herself. I couldn't say anything. She wanted to get you onto the Alarai. She said that the Admiralty Board needed to see your reactions. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Why'd you post guards outside our ship?
Aside from the fact that your crew is Cerberus, technically it's under quarantine. Any accidental intership contact could sicken or kill our crew.
Why's the fleet here? A binary blue giant system isn't the most hospitable place in the galaxy.
Not if you're looking for a planet to land on. We've been doing a lot of deep-range travel. The bulk of the fleet is here to charge up using photovoltaic solar cells. We're running an ice mining operation at the Red Dwarf 6 light years off. They haul it here, and we melt it for water, or crack it into deuterium, hydrogen, and oxygen.
Who decides where the migrant fleet is going?
That's a more complex question than you might think. The Conclave votes on where we're going, but the Admiralty works out how we get there safely. Avoiding areas of piracy, scheduling resupply, that sort of thing.
Yeah, who has a say? I want to know who's in charge.
Seems like you're cut out of the loop.
Raya has a representative in the Conclave, like every other ship. But me personally, I don't get to say in anything that happens beyond my ship's hull. If my crew doesn't like the way things are going, we're free to leave the fleet at any time. Of course, since the Raya produces about a third of the fleet's food, they try to keep us happy.
We'll talk to you later, Captain.
So how do we proceed? Take the shuttle to the lab ship. I don't have a map.
Take the Alarai. Tali's
Shepard spoke well to the
don't have a map. Is it one of these doors over here? Oh, it must be this here.
Even during the hearing, Tali's first thought is to protect the fleet.
The human can work a crowd, I'll admit that much.
If anyone can retake the Alarai, Tali Zora can.
Right, then let's go.
Tali Zora Vas Nima. Oh, sorry. I mean Vas Normandy.
No offense taken. The change in name was not my choice.
Per Admiral Rand's orders, the shuttle is prepared for you and Captain Shepard Vas Normandy.
Can you tell us anything about what we'll find on the Alarai?
I'm afraid I don't know much. Not many Marines made it back from the initial assault. They talked about massive waves of Geth, though. More than there should have been.
There shouldn't have been any at all.
Right. I mean that they're afraid the Geth are building or repairing more of themselves from materials on the Alarai.
Let's go.
Let's head to the Alarai.
Of course. I'll unlock their shuttle now. Good luck with those Geth, Tali Zora. Kira Selai.
50 Geth. Well, tell you what. Maybe one Geth got activated somehow, killed everyone, or started rebuilding other Geth from parts. I don't know. Big ship. Right, let's make sure everybody's ready. Always gets the pistol out. I think we need sniper rifle. Fire. Garrus, I want you with assault rifle. Tali, you go shotgunning. Okay, that's a good sketch. Oh no, we'll keep you with a sniper. No, we'll keep you with an assault rifle since it seems to be close quarters. We'll make sure you put your armor piercing rounds on. Let's go. Light it up. Oh shit. These guys are no joke. That area overload is amazing. I'm glad I went with the area because that took everyone out there.
Nothing faster than Tratiga Boss Paws.
Explosive drone. I forgot to use that with her. We'll start using that more often.
Something's slowing down the systems. We're taking down the firewalls to rebalance load distribution. Rail Zora ordered us to bypass standard safeties. Following security protocols will take too long.
Shit, so he did advise her.
This is one of the storage units I sent to Father. Looks like parts from a disabled repair drone, plus a reflex algorithm that I didn't recognize. I got this on Haystrom.
Haystrom was a war zone. How did you salvage gear in the middle of all that?
These suits have more pockets than you'd think. Quarians have learned how to salvage whatever we can, whenever we can. Within reason. We're not Vorcha, but we repair what most people would throw away. Hundreds of the ships in our fleet were salvaged wrecks, either found dead in space or purchased for next to nothing.
Your suit is skin tight. Where would you put anything? In your coin purse.
What made a part worth sending back to your father?
It had to be in working order, something that could be analyzed and integrated into other technology. Anything new had priority. Technology the Geth had developed themselves, signs of modification, clues to their thinking.
How did you get these things to your father?
Sometimes I left packages and secured drops in civilized areas. Someone on pilgrimage would see that it was shipped home. For very valuable finds, I'd signal home, and Father would send a small ship.
Does that salvaged gear give you a clue as to what happened here?
No, I don't know. Shepard, I checked everything I sent here. I passed up great finds because they might be too dangerous, prone to uncontrolled reactivation or self-repair. I don't know which possibility is worse. That I got sloppy and sent something dangerous, or that Father actually did all this.
I think Tali and the Quarrens are the masters of the backdoor concealment. Yeah. Green on the right. Oh, we've missed one. Orange on the right. White in the middle.
Who's running the system diagnostic? I didn't authorize. Oh, killer. How many Geth are networked?
All of them. Rail Zora.
Shut it down! Shut everything down! They're in the system!
Ooh, it's not looking good for her dad. Looks like he's well and truly fucked this up. Green on the right. Orange on the right. Big chunk of orange.
This should come in handy.
Geth shield strength. Hello. Where is it? Whoa, 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 whoa.
We should soften them up.
Get wrecked. There's something else. Just seen it. It's behind these crates. Or maybe not. I thought I saw another health bar. So much stuff.
We locked down navigation. Weapons are offline. Our mistake won't endanger the fleet. They're burning through the door. I don't have much time. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Jonah, if you get this, be strong for Daddy. Mommy loves you very much.
Right, fuse. Open door. Push.
Understood.
Go for the optics, Fatika. Go for the optics.
Whoa! Wait there, we need overload. Get wrecked. Garrus, get behind there, quick.
Moving to cover.
Right, we're in this ourselves. Fall back. Get up, get up, get up. Fuck you! This gun is just the best. Especially at close quarters range. Right, wait for it. Light it up! Oh shit, it's Garrus, man. Garrus, you can't be coming back from the dead in the middle of a firefight, mate. I'm gonna shit myself. Right. Oh. Jeez Louise. We need ammo. Is that it? But I think we're good. There's something on the other side of that door though. Bypass wall save. Open door. Fuse.
This console might have something. Most of the data is corrupted, but a few bits are left. They were performing experiments on Geth systems, looking for new ways to overcome Geth resistance to reprogramming.
And we were aware of it.
Did you know what kind of tests your father was running?
No, Father just told me to send back any Geth technology I could find that wasn't a direct danger to the fleet. I suspected he might be testing weapons, but I thought he was just working on new ways to bypass shields or armor.
What's your opinion?
Do you think testing weapons on the Geth was right?
It's not testing weapons on prisoners, Shepard. I only sent Father parts. Even if he assembled them, they wouldn't be sapient. You saw what Saren and Sovereign did with the Geth. Any research that gives us an advantage is important.
Anything useful?
Could any of that data clear your name?
Doubtful. This is mostly results data, effects of different disruptive hacking techniques. I don't understand all of it. But they may have been activating the Geth deliberately. I don't know. Nothing here says specifically, but if they were, then Father was doing something terrible. What was all this, Father? You promised you'd build me a house on the homeworld. Was this going to bring us back home?
You'll reclaim your homeworld someday, Tali. If your father can't help you, I will.
Taking back our planet would only be the beginning. We'd have to cannibalize our fleet to rebuild cities and infrastructure. It would take generations of gene therapy to readapt our immune system so we could live without suits again. We'd be adapting our entire culture. Again. Sometimes I wonder if it's actually worth it.
It's funny she should say that, because back when I was thinking about the Quarians and how they live like so sterile, I was just about to say like they should gradually and slowly introduce things that would build up their immune system so they don't have to live like this. It might be worth it, you know.
If you don't take back your home, the Geth win.
Just we can't do it.
Let that happen. Not today. Not ever. At the
Yeah.
very least, we can take back one ship. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think you can rush into taking the homeworld, but I do think eventually it'll happen, but you can't do it the way that these admirals want to do it. Come on, team. But you definitely need to research all the data. Whoop, lads.
Heading to cover.
Right.
This should punch through their armor.
Wait there. You get a drone over there. Oh shit. Fuck, lads, I don't even know what killed us. Oh, there's a Geth fucking me in the arse. Right, tell you what, I've got a better tactic this time. I'll take the stairs so nobody comes up the stairs. And I'll leave them two on the balcony. Awesome.
Right.
Let me get on the stairs. Oh, they're coming from up there. That must be the guy that got us.
Go get him, Chatika. Good girl.
Chatika.
Want some more?
Wait for it. Light it up. Shit, there's a guy up there. Fuck you. Did it. What a battle. This is possibly my favourite mission. Oh, that guy couldn't have flanked us. Because you can't actually get round. Yeah, the guy that killed us the first time did come up the stairs. This is my favourite mission so far, like.
First entry. Our hacking attempts failed. The Geth have an adaptive consciousness. Hack one process and the others autocorrect. Still, we're making progress. Rail Zora is convinced we'll have a viable system in less than a year. This weapon will put our people back on the homeworld, and it's all because of Rail Zora.
So he was doing it for a reason. High risk, high reward.
Father! No. You always had a plan. Masked life signs or an onboard medical stasis program maybe. You wouldn't. They're wrong. You wouldn't just die like this. You wouldn't leave me.
Hey, come here.
Come on.
Damn it. I'm sorry.
You've got nothing to be sorry about.
Maybe he would have known I'd come. Maybe he left a message.
Tali, if you are listening, then I am dead. The Geth have gone active. I don't have much time. Their main hub will be on the bridge. You'll need to destroy it to stop their VI processes from forming new neural links. Make sure Hangerl and Darozen see the data. They must.
Thanks, Dad.
You don't know how he would have ended that message.
Yes. I do. Come on. Let's finish this.
Right, what's in here? A lot of shit. $2,700, right. Open door. Spinning top. C. Boosh. Use. Open door. Oh, fuck! How did I fuck that up? Man, it's a good job I saved. I'm a retard. Right, let's not fuck the next one up. That's the one that we broke. Didn't do it, man. I'm risking it for a chocolate biscuit. I'm not even going to save it. Come on, I'm going to do it. Fuse. C. Y. Spin on top. Got it. Happy days, let's go. Oh, hello. Why are these not even doing anything? Watch this. Oh. Sorry about that, lads. I thought that was a gap. It's clearly not.
Get ready to fight.
Oh, Jesus. Take it easy. Ears and all.
Hold fire, Shepard.
Geth Prime. Yeah, I need to start recovering some health here. What's going on? Right, we need to overload this bitch. That thing's a literal Terminator. The good thing about that drone is it takes aggro away from you. Actually a really good skill. I quite like Tali as a teammate. You can use it to block entrances. Look, you can't actually walk through it when it's there. I don't know how much health it has though. Evidence.
This console is linked to the main hub Father mentioned. Disabling it shut down any Geth we missed. It looks like some of the recordings remained intact. They'll tell us how this happened, what Father did.
You alright?
You sound like you don't really want to hear it.
No. We have to. I know. This is terrible, Shepard. I don't want to know that he was part of this.
Do we have enough parts to bring more online?
Yes, the new shipment from your daughter will let us add 2 more Geth to the network.
We're nearing a breakthrough on systemic viral attacks. Perhaps we should inform the Admiralty Board, just to be safe.
No. We're too close. I promised to build my daughter a house on the home world. I'm not going to sit and wait while the politicians argue.
We'd have an easier time of it if Tali Zora could send back more working material.
Absolutely not. I don't want Tali exposed to any political blowback. Leave Tali out of this. Assemble a new Geth with what we have. Bypass security protocols if need be.
Shit. Sounded pretty bad, that. But he wanted to keep his promise, Tali. Ooh, what should I say? Sounded bad.
Your father was deliberately networking the Geth to Sapiens to do weapons tests.
That breaks our most sacred laws. Laws that predate our flight from the homeworld. Everything here is his fault. I tried to pretend it didn't point to him, but this... When this comes up in the trial, they'll... We can't tell them. Not the admirals, not anyone.
I don't think we should use it. I'm not going to incriminate Tali. We'll see at the trial.
We're not going to decide anything here. Let's see what the Admirals say once we get back.
You're my captain in this hearing, Shepard. It's your decision. But please, don't destroy what my father was. Come on. If we wait too long, they'll decide we're already dead, and none of this will matter.
Exactly. It's not as if he can stand trial. He's dead, so... Right.
We need to face facts. There has been no word. There is no reason to think Tali Zora
Surprise!
survived.
She's here.
Sounds
Look,
like the hearing is already underway.
It's only
survived.
been a few hours.
Shepard was right. Springing the information about Rail on Tali, we practically dared her to take back the Alarai. We killed her.
You should just walk past you, mate.
I recommend posthumously exiling Tali Zora. What?
Everybody wants her exiled.
Very well. Is the Admiralty Board prepared to render judgment?
Sorry we're late.
You could have waited. Why are you starting so soon? It's almost as though they expected us to
You
die.
didn't waste much time declaring us dead. Go get your ship.
We apologize, Shepard. Your success in taking back the Alarai is very unexpected.
But also very welcome.
Did you find anything on the Alarai that could clarify what happened there?
No.
Shepard, please.
Does Captain Shepard have any new evidence to submit to this hearing?
You're wasting our time.
Tali's achievements are the only evidence you should need. Come on, Tali. We're leaving.
Oh, really?
This is a formal proceeding.
Wrong, Admiral. This is a sham. You're trying to build sympathy for the Geth to forestall the war effort.
That is completely...
And you want all the messy experiments covered up so you can throw your fleet at the Geth.
I...
Do whatever you want with your toy ships. But leave my crew out of your political bullshit. We have no new evidence. You can accept Tali's word, or you can exile the woman who saved the Citadel from the Geth.
Are the admirals prepared to render the judgment? Tali Zora, in light of your history of service, we do not find sufficient evidence to convict.
Excellent.
You are cleared of all charges.
Because there was no
Commander
evidence.
Shepard, please accept these gifts in appreciation for you taking the time to represent one of our people.
Don't go to war. Good luck in the war. She's with me. She's with me.
With all due respect, Admiral, I didn't represent one of your people. I represented one of mine.
So you did, Shepard.
This hearing is concluded. Go in peace, Tali Zora vas Normandy. Kila Solai.
I can't believe you pulled that off. What you said. It's been a while since anyone shouted down the Admiralty Board. I think it was good for them.
I need to be
Thank
humbled.
you for being there for my father and me. Even when... Thank you.
I didn't do this for real.
Tali, about what your father said, what he did. You deserve better.
I got better, Shepard. I got you.
You did. Yeah, you did.
We can still go back in and get you exiled if you want.
Thanks. But I'm fine with things like this. It's fun watching you shout.
Yeah, she loves that. Let's go home.
Come on, Tali Zora vas Normandy. Let's get back to our ship.
Thank you, Captain.
I'll take it.
She's awesome. Right, hold on before we go anywhere. See if we can have a word with some people, see what's a crack-a-lackin'.
The Alarai was a...
Hello again, Commander. Good
Nothing.
luck, Tali.
Very impressive speech, Commander Shepard. But tell me truly, did you recover any of Rail Zora's research on the Alarai?
Nothing that will help you, Admiral.
Pity. Oh well. Whatever is created can be recreated. In any event, I am pleased that our talk regarding the war conundrum allowed you to help Tali. Her exile would have been unfortunate.
All that matters is victory.
I hope you reclaim your homeworld someday. I don't care how you do it, only that you succeed.
Thank you, Commander.
Yeah, I think I would like it for the Quarians to eventually reclaim their homeworld, but it sounds like her father was developing a weapon that could... It's like a computer virus for the entire Geth network, so that's why they were linking the Geth together so they can implant a virus and take them all down. Now that would be a very clever weapon to use against the Geth, because that means you wouldn't have to endanger the full fleet. So I would approve of taking back the homeworld via that way, which is essentially attacking the ground while still in space. Or you'd only need a small infiltration team to do it if you could hack the network.
Damn, Shepard, been a while since I saw anyone rail at the admirals like that. Guess they can't court-martial you, though. Glad they're off your back, ma'am. And that you didn't have to give them that evidence you found on the LRI.
I didn't say anything about finding evidence, Carl.
Exactly.
Noticed that, ma'am.
Will there ever be a war?
What's your take on the war? Are the admirals going to try to retake the homeworld?
I won't shy away from a fight, but if the admirals throw the fleet at the Geth, all they'll get back is scrap metal. The best bet would be for us to find another way. But a soldier can't say unless his superiors ask.
I like how the press B to end the mission is just completely covering the subtitles. That's a A-star game design, that like.
Any idea what your next assignment's going to be?
I'm going to be escorting more techs around to look for signs of dark energy buildup. Maybe see if they can figure out what's causing it. Wherever they send me, it'll have to be less exciting than Haystrom.
Good luck, mate.
Stay safe out there, Rieger.
You too, Shepard. Ma'am.
Carl, just call me Tali.
I'll work on that, ma'am.
I'll work on it.
Tali Zora was innocent.
Where's her auntie? There she is, Shalaran.
The admirals thought they were humbling you by forcing you to represent her, Shepard. I'm glad they were wrong. You didn't mention survivors. Did you find real Tali? I am sure he would have left you a message if he'd had time.
We found Rael's body. He left a message for Tali.
I can only imagine how horrible this is for you, child. But at least you got to hear your father tell you he loved you.
Yes. Thank you, Admiral.
Good luck on your mission. No matter how dark it gets, the fleet is always with you. Kila Salai.
Kila Salai.
All this...
You called us on the carpet out there, Shepard, and you were right. Thank you. Tali shouldn't have been involved in that argument. Tell me, though, honestly, what did you find over there? You spoke well, but I know a feint when I see it.
You don't want to know.
Nothing the fleet ever needs to find out about.
Admiral, you know I'd turn over anything of value to the fleet. What we found there wasn't.
I'll take your word for it, Tali. Not that I have much choice. Fight well, and fly safe, kid. Your father would be proud of you.
Looks like we've completely turned this around. Chorus. This guy's not going to be happy.
Very impressive, Shepard. Thank you for your help on the LRI. And thank you for helping Rael Zora's daughter. You stood for her when we failed. We were wrong to let our own concerns about the war overshadow Tali's trial.
Keep pushing for peace. I don't want to push him into war, but I mean, like, you should do everything you can to prepare for war. Whether you go to war or not, I don't know. You can't be weak, otherwise you'll get everybody killed.
The Geth aren't going away, Admiral. The best hope for your people is to retake your homeworld.
I would argue that the best hope for our people is not to be destroyed in a senseless war. But I fear I am in the minority. Goodbye, Commander. And good luck.
Yeah, it's not as simple as that. I don't like how it's very black and white, this go to war, don't go to war. I think you should just be prepared. I don't think there's anybody else in here that we can speak to. Oh, there's the captain outside, isn't there? And then we'll go back to the Normandy. Tali Vast Normandy.
Tali and Shepard are good at killing synthetics. Put that on our side.
A war with the Geth would...
Congratulations, Tali Zora. I was skeptical about your choice in captains, but I see now that I was wrong.
Thank you, Captain. I'm just glad that this is over.
You'll always have a place on the ride, whenever you decide to come home. Good luck out there.
Happy days. Right then, let's go. 2 level ups, happy days. Got her special ability. New research plus 25% shield strength. 45 grand. That was an awesome mission. I think that was probably the most dialogue intensive mission we've had. And to counteract that, there was an awesome action sequence on the second half of the mission. That's how a mission should be done. Really, really well. Okay. Ooh, that was some mission. What was that? It was a long one.
Would like to speak with you, Commander.
Ah, so now we've got Thane's mission. Okay, let's quickly
How may I help you, Commander?
see if anybody else wants to speak.
Is there anything I should know?
Thane would like to see you down in life support on the crew deck. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Good luck out
Right,
there,
we'll go and have a word with Thane. And then we'll call it an episode. Thane Krios. See what he wants us to do. And then I think once we get this guy's mission, we've got everybody's side quest available. Thane. Oh, he's over here, isn't he?
Shepard.
I heard you wanted to speak with me.
Yes. Now that you are here, though, it seems more difficult to talk about.
Take your time.
I've got time. Take it at your own pace.
Thank you. I fear I've already done that for too long. I had a family once. I still have a son. His name is Kolyat. I haven't seen him for a very long time.
Did something happen to them?
I abandoned them. Oh, not all at once. Nothing dramatic, no sneaking out in the middle of the night, no final argument or slammed door. I just did my job. I hunted and killed across the galaxy. Away on business, my wife would tell people. I was always away on business.
How long has it been since you talked?
10 years. He showed me some of his schoolwork and asked if we could dance crazy. We did that when he was younger.
Dance crazy.
What sort of dance is that?
It's... I checked my extranet contacts. I expect an update on my next target. The console plays music. Oh, unfashionable. Kolyat jumps into the room. My father runs around in circles. I scoop him up, toss him into the air. He shrieks, laughs, spin me. The console beeps. I put him down. Click the message. Father, he pleads, tugs my sleeve. I need to read this, I say. I don't look at him.
What the fuck is this? It's like he has like really vivid memories that just like the flash before his eyes and he can't stop it.
You never mentioned this before. Why now?
When my wife departed from her body, I attended to that issue. I left Kolyat in the care of his aunts and uncles. I have not seen him or talked to him since.
You abandoned him?
You never went back? That's pretty damned irresponsible of you.
I told myself it was to spare him the knowledge of my body's actions. Lately, I have reconsidered that. I used my contacts to trace Kolyat. He has become disconnected. He does what his body wills.
I don't even understand what that means.
You'll have to explain that one to me.
Disconnected. The body is not our true self. The soul is. Body and soul work as one in a whole person.
Oh my god, this guy's one of them
weakened by despair
spiritual
or fear,
people.
when the body is ill or injured. The individual is disconnected. No longer whole.
Spare me this shit. It's just, oh no, do you know what it is, right? There's something that really like spiritual people now when they go on about all this like shit, you get this in real life, like mate, spares the shit.
Just give it to me straight. I'm not interested in your philosophical BS.
He has gone to the Citadel and has gained a job as a hitman. I could discover no more.
He's following the steps of his father.
You don't hire a raw rookie for a contract killing.
I'm afraid someone may have seen we share a name and assumed we share skills. I don't know why he would accept the task.
Because it's your job. Exactly following in your steps.
To be closer to you, maybe?
That thought haunts me more than any other.
Maybe he name-dropped you to get hired.
It's possible, but I don't think so. It doesn't seem right. My name. He should not respect it.
Thane, I don't have your contacts and I don't have your tracking skills. Why do you need my help for this?
I don't need your help, I want it. The last time I saw my son, they wrapped her body in sea vines, weighted it with stones. He tries to pull from me, calls for her. The hammer lift her off the platform. They sing like bells. The fire has gone to be kindled anew. He begs them not to take her away.
They let her body slide into the water. He hits me. Don't let them. Stop them. Why weren't you?
Rains. It always rains on Kaje. Warm water pours down his face.
Do you know what these flashbacks remind me of? I don't know the why I've put these together, but Indigo Prophecy, Fahrenheit 9/11, Quantic Dream game. I love that game. There's very similar flashback sequences that happen like that. It's so strange.
I didn't mean to make you relive that.
Perfect memory. It is sometimes a burden.
What made him go to the Citadel?
Years ago, I prepared a package for him. A relic of my ill-spent life. I had Volus bankers store it, and arranged for delivery when I died. He acquired it early. I don't really know how. I did wet work on the Citadel around the time his mother died. That may be why he went there.
We'll stop him.
I'll get us to the Citadel as soon as possible.
Thank you, Shepard. I'll be meditating until you need me.
That's pretty interesting. I think Thane's a pretty deep guy, and he's like, he's deeper than the ocean. He's deeper than 4 oceans. Right, we'll quickly check our upgrades, and then we'll call it an episode. And then, I still want to do Samara's quest. I think she's the most interesting person we've got at the moment. I want to get to know her a bit better. Tech damage 4 or 5. 2000 element 0. Go on then. Yes, shield strength. Go on then. Did we... I don't know if we ever asked Thane about his upgrade. We'll do that another time.
Messages for you, Commander.
Oh, well, that's good news. No news is good news. Right, lads. Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode. That's Tali's mission done. She's been exonerated. And she's still Tali Vast Normandy because she's my girl. See you in the next episode, lads.